Now for Ask the Expert. If you are a typical American, you could consume at least 22 teaspoons of added sugar today.
Researchers have found eating high amounts of sugar can increase your risk of heart disease, also Alzheimer's disease. Our registered dietitian, Lori Meyer, joining us live this afternoon to tell us, does eating all this sugar really increase your risk for these diseases?
You know, it really does. And so many people are afraid of fat when it comes to heart disease, but sugar might actually have more of an impact. And they're finding such a link between the amount of sugar you eat and your risk of heart attack. And the more sugar you eat, the greater that risk goes. A recent study found that if you eat between 10 and 25% of your calories from sugar, you have about a 30% higher risk of having a heart attack. If you have more than 25%, you triple that risk, and we are supposed to be having less than 10% of our calories.
So there are people out there that can consume a quarter of their day's calories from sugar?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, think about it. If you do pop and then you're eating a muffin and yogurt and
we'll look
coffee
at that. But part of the problem is that sugar increases inflammation. It's going to increase triglyceride levels, insulin resistance. You're going to have increased blood clots, LDL cholesterol, blood pressure. All those things are going to, aggravate that heart disease.
And Alzheimer's disease
is the same.
Bring that in. How does that?
They're calling it type 3 diabetes because it seems now to be an insulin regulation and an insulin signaling problem. And the same kind of insulin response that's happening in the body seems to be happening in the brain of people with Alzheimer's. And they tend to have about 80% fewer insulin receptors that are working properly. So the more sugar you eat, you can be increasing your risk for both heart disease and Alzheimer's. Two things that we really don't want.
Okay, walk us through the places where we're getting so much sugar over the course of a day. I mean, that's still a stunning
Well, first of
number.
all, the American Heart Association recommends less than 10% sugar. So for women, that's 6 teaspoons or 25 grams, and for men, it's about 9 teaspoons up to 38 grams of sugar per day.
You can blow that out in this Coke,
but
right?
If you look at the Coke, the 20-ounce Coke, which is the new standard, that is
65 grams of sugar.
And it's 15 teaspoons of sugar. So you have surpassed your sugar just drinking that one Coke. You're absolutely right. And so most people, so we know that there's sugar in Coke. We know that Snickers bar has about 6.5 teaspoons of sugar. But what about a Cliff Bar? That Cliff Bar, if you compare that to that Snickers bar, they're awfully close. It's only 1.5 teaspoon less of sugar in the Cliff Bar. So you kind of have to watch all of those. Here's the new peppermint mocha Christmas drink, that has about 12 teaspoons of sugar in it. This is a protein smoothie. This is what just kills me. It's a protein smoothie. It doesn't sound like sugar. 48 grams of sugar, about 11 teaspoons of sugar just in that alone. Muffin, you're getting about 10 teaspoons of sugar in a muffin. Muffin is cake. Yeah. Here is oatmeal. We want to start the day with good oatmeal. You're still getting 5 teaspoons of sugar in the oatmeal, all the added sugar. Yogurt, 6 teaspoons of sugar, added sugar to the yogurt. Even things like salad dressing and soups, you kind of have to watch 2 to 3 teaspoons of sugar, but it all can add up over the course of the day if you're only supposed to have 6 to 9 teaspoons.
So read your labels.
You have to read the label, absolutely. And not add as much sugar to your foods either.
All right, Lori, thanks. Got a question for Lori or any of our experts? Send an email, asktheexpert@tmj4.com, or you can leave a voicemail at that number right there on your screen. Coming up.